It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's a second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Henry fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
You get down in this area of the field, you know you're going to get a heavy dose of number 22. They stopped him for a short game there, but can they do it a couple of more times?
Henry again. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game, but I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On second down, a run with Etienne. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Right side, it's Manhertz, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and 20 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gained. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Quez Watkins. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now Lawrence on first down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. There's Manhurts, the tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first and 10, it's Etienne. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Lawrence will throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Throwing on second and long. Lawrence completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, But now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Manhertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the...
Touchdown, Jaguars! Christian Kirk, 35 yards. And the Jags are an extra point away from drawing level. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. They'll give Henry another shot. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Trey Sermon from 3 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play action pass, you see the end result. Usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line or no? Because there's not as much room to work with.
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start this.
He's got a man, complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 61 yards. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To try again after the sack, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on third down. And able to find Kirk complete. Touchdown Jaguars. Christian Kirk with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
They go play action with Hurts. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offense. Derrick Henry all alone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Eagles take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Alpha. 43 from Mike Ward, 43. Check, 43.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. That complete over the middle. He's got Manhertz, the tight end. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They hand off to their big tight end. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 41, Lawrence. Open man left side. It's a tight end, Manhertz. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Play action. Here's Hurts. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Josh Allen accumulated 7.5 sacks last season to lead Jacksonville and their rebuilding defense. Not quite the Pro Bowl season he had as a rookie. They expect him to continue to blossom and is a future All-Pro.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Brett Kern now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. Now down it at the 11-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Lawrence dancing to his left. Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
50, play.
Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. Now Lawrence to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
But to throw again is Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. That gain on third down, good for 28. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
To throw again on second down, Lawrence. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Player has it complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Evan Ingram from 8 yards out. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Derrick Henry, 35 yards. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Lawrence. Able to find Pryor. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last complete.
And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Foye Oluokun finding his way to the ball for a stop, a tackle for loss.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And some space here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 149 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This one, huh? Everything clicking for them.